This is the story of Dmitry, who lived in a remote Russian village where his family had a dark and horrifying tradition. His brother Alexei loved his wife Olga more than anything, or so it seemed. Every day, Olga ate like a queen, 2 eggs for breakfast, meat for every meal, everything dripping with oil and fat. She would proudly say she was the happiest woman in the village. But Dmitry knew the truth. His brother was raising her like a pig. It was time for his sister Irina to play her part too. At the dinner table, red meat sizzled and burned. Olga skillfully cut pieces in front of herself and took big, greedy bites. If it were anyone else, the wife would have been beaten for eating so much. But their family was used to this. Their mother even broke off a chicken leg and placed it in Irina's bowl, urging her to eat more. Quote 0, Irina said happily as she ate the meal. After dinner, Alexei brushed through a few notes in his record book and brought Olga to rest. Irina got up, and their mother and brother gathered together around a page in the book. Quote 1, Alexei said with satisfaction. They had been raising Olga for 2 years, and this year they would finally succeed. Dmitry sat silently in the corner. Anonymous, invisible. His brother glanced at him and reminded him. Quote 2. Dmitry shrank his head. He knew his brother was serious. This wasn't the first year Dmitry's family had raised pigs. His first quote 3 was his sister Irina. Before her death, she weighed more than 300 kilograms, almost unable to move. Their mother and brother told her this was love. Quote 4. Alexei had said the same thing. Quote 5. Later, when Irina died, the meat they cut from her didn't bleed. Dmitry saw only yellow oil. She sold for a good price. The next day, Olga became the new pig. Her weight was 170 kilograms. Their mother and brother laughed. 2 months remained until the new year, and they were confident they could feed Olga to 200 kilograms. They never told Dmitry he could be a pig too. Alexei said, "The old pigs are happy and unknowing. It's better that way." One day, Alexei bought a big cream cake. Their mother grabbed Dmitry's arm and warned him. Quote 7. Their mother took Dmitry to the shrine to pray for the pigs to be well, but her prayers were impetuous and insistent. Quote 8, she muttered. On the 29th day of the year of the pig arrived. Olga called Dmitry early in the morning. Quote 9. Alexei hugged Olga excitedly, praising her greatly. Olga covered her face, shy. Quote 10. Alexei naturally knew. Olga spoke out. Quote 11. Indeed. After finishing her meal, Olga shared the good news with the whole family. Quote 12. Their mother and brother suddenly changed, their faces shadowed. Olga grabbed Alexei's clothes, confused. What is it? Aren't you happy? I never thought we would have children. Alexei's hand touched Olga's rounded belly, his gray hands trembling. Olga just stood up when their mother slapped Alexei's ear. Quote 14. Actually, it wasn't Alexei's fault. After Olga became fat, she stopped menstruating. If she was pregnant, she would definitely lose weight. What would Alexei do at this time? People would come to the door at night. When the business was broken, it wasn't just about money. No one would take their pigs anymore. Their mom hurried to slap Dmitry in the face. Eat more normally. It is useful at key times. It's not you, something useless. Alexei had been thinking. 3 months anyway. So much meat on her. A big baby doesn't have to be a problem. The first 2 months weren't critical. Until she finds something wrong anyway, we got our money. Do this last deal. By night, Olga woke up. They made her step outside. The wind blew cold. Olga froze and shook. Can we go back tomorrow? It's too cold today, she pleaded. Alexei said nothing. Gradually, Olga didn't even talk. She walked in silence behind Alexei. They could see the pig pen waiting and a good dinner table ahead. Olga breathed and relaxed her arm. Dmitry still felt sad for her. He thought, quote 18. But suddenly, Olga's feet lightened. She grabbed Alexei's arm. He stopped. Before he could say anything, the pig buyer arrived. Quote 19. Alexei dropped to the ground his daily records of Olga's weight. The first page was written, mother's birth, brother as head. Dmitry looked at Olga's hands. Olga laid her hands on a stone, but she did not run. What did Alexei say? What was he doing? Lastly, they tied up Olga with ropes. Alexei walked around Olga's stomach, pausing briefly. Olga was calm from the beginning to the end, until the knife opened her neck. Let's start testing now, the buyer said. He was an investigator. Before the action, he gave Alexei the first payment. Alexei looked at the pig-killing knife in his hand, then turned silently. Brother, it is too cold today. Try it slowly. We go back first. He didn't even look back. Dmitry saw his other hand holding Olga's heart. Alexei was gone in an instant, without a shadow. Dmitry began to run. His dead sister Irina and Olga flashed in front of his eyes. Alexei had gone far away, but Dmitry didn't take a step. He leaned against a tree, watching as Alexei broke open Olga's stomach and took out a blurred piece of meat. Dmitry knew. This was his 3-month-old nephew. The baby, who couldn't move, suddenly trembled. A baby's crying echoed, very weak. At the same time, Olga, who had been dead, suddenly lifted her head. Alexei's hand also shook. He was still holding the baby. He returned it to her stomach and cut Olga's stomach again. Olga didn't go to the dinner table or home. Rather, she touched her stomach and walked deep into the forest. Dmitry watched as Olga disappeared. He fell softly to the ground. Suddenly, a voice called out, quote 24. Dmitry's body trembled, but he didn't make a sound. Then he met her. The face of his brother's associate slowed down. You are the girlfriend of the house, right? How did your brother leave you alone? The man smiled. Be confident. I am not interested in talking to this teenage doll. Even though the man said so, he wouldn't let Dmitry go. She met Dmitry's eyes. The little doll, you can see them, right? Dmitry didn't speak. The man looked carefully at Dmitry, then pointed. Quote 28. When Dmitry came home, his mother and brother locked the door. He knocked. Quote 29. Alexei was very careful. Dmitry's voice was much smaller than his mother's. Quote 30. Dmitry thought, remembering hard. Quote 31. His brother did not come with him. Quote 32. The two suddenly became upset. Quote 3. Whether fake or real, Alexei didn't intend to let Dmitry in. Dmitry could only hide in the firewood outside the yard and survive one night. Half asleep and half awake, he heard a woman's whisper. Most of the winter had passed when suddenly, a woman came back from outside. The woman shook, holding something in her arms. She called it, quote, 34. Their mother and brother looked at Dmitry. He knew they had another pig in mind. When Dmitry changed clothes, Alexei licked his face and called him, quote, 35. The other person laughed. Quote, 36. The woman stayed at home. Their mom was excited to make dinner. Alexei held her hand, cold and warm. Especially when eating, there was a consciousness of a wedding, moving her toward acquaintance. Neither mother nor brother found it wrong, but Dmitry trembled. This woman was his sister. Irina had returned. The sister's clothes Dmitry had stolen revealed, in the light, the red mark. Dmitry's ears remembered what the man had said. Beware of the red-marked women. Your sister came back to you.